We messed up. We spend a lot of time. We have a lot of pride in our infrastructure, and we had a series of cascading database failures a couple Thursdays ago. I think it was the 12th, and GeniusLink was down for nearly 90 minutes, and that sucks. So for those of you that are GeniusLink users in the audience, my sincere apologies. It's not something we're proud of. We do again have an awesome engineering team. We were able to get things figured out and got things back online, but it was a bummer. We wrote a blog that kind of goes in depth on it. You're welcome to kind of take a look at the postmortem. I think what's most important though is we've learned some lessons. We thought we had things built in a pretty robust and very solid way, and we learned where the holes were, and we fixed those holes. Last week was crazy with the whole team focused on infrastructure, getting things in a better spot so that would never happen again. Especially in our position where it's a link management tool, that link is the last mile between your recommendation and earning some commissions. So our clients put a lot of trust in us, and we let them down. And I hate it when it happens. It's happened in the past. It may happen in the future. Hopefully not, because of the lessons we've learned. But it's a bummer. That all being said, and not to give myself a get out of jail card, but it's ironic seeing that it's not just us as well. Let me pull this up here. For those of you that haven't noticed, AWS is having serious issues today. It looks like they're going on nearly 6 hours of downtime for some of their services, which is a bummer, right? You pay money for these services to be reliant. You base your living as an online entrepreneur on these services, and when they break, it's a bummer. Apologies, and keep an eye on us. Keep us honest. We try really hard to do the exact same thing. When there's issues, communication is front and foremost. Again, we need to keep that trust as much as possible.
Definitely. And I think the reality is there's always outages somewhere, sometime. It's usually just a matter of time before some tool has trouble. Even, fantastic hosting companies will have some outages or trouble. Sometimes it's a, physical, failure. Someone tripped over the cord to
hard drive
the server
goes
rack.
Yeah.
So
the squirrel eats the line. Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do about it. And a lot of times, my background's in software, so I kind of understand what I'm talking about. But we would plan on different fail safes and different things that you could do, like, hey, all this stuff exploded. Now what happens? And this was like building software for telecom companies, so it was relatively important, not life critical, but pretty important for these companies.
Yeah.
And sometimes you plan the best you can, but you don't know how it's going to react. Maybe you didn't account for the distance between the server farms, right? And the bandwidth. So maybe it takes a lot longer to actually replace that data than you thought. So, and you said that you guys fixed it, so it won't happen again. Do you have any details on that, or is it beyond the scope of what we're talking about?
Yeah, as the non-engineer of the co-founders, the gist was we have regional databases. We're based in Seattle. We own a hardware rack in one of the data centers here, and we have a lot of our own local hardware here. But we also know that serving clicks fast, it's important to have regional deployment. So we have servers in California, in New York and Newark, in UK, in France, in Singapore, etc. And those are all based off of cloud development. But each of those different regions has their own database as well, so that they can read from the database as quickly as possible, again, so we can resolve those links as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, about half those regional databases failed to update, so essentially became worthless. So then started to read from the other ones and kind of took everything down. It was this cascading series of events. At the same time, we were also seeing a spike in traffic, and we also use VigLink, Sovereign Commerce now as they're called. We use their API to know how and when to affiliate certain links for our clients. That API started to throw out issues because one of its SSL certs had expired. It was kind of this perfect storm, this perfect mess of different things happening all at the same time. We thought we had the issue fixed within the first 20 minutes, but we couldn't redeploy, so forth and so on. So long story short, major, infrastructure update where things are much faster. We can deploy much quicker. We have a whole lot more alerting, monitoring. I thought we had a pretty robust system there, but we just took it up another major level. So yeah, this specific problem should never happen again. Hopefully any related problems should never happen again. But yeah, the unknown unknowns are always the challenge. And as a project manager, you try hard to rack your brain and learn what you can to plan for those. But unfortunately, things still come through because, Joe was drinking his coffee and tripped on that line in the server farm.